Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first live stream on the road and my first live stream with my wonderful husband. I got him to join me for one. So we're going to do this one together. See how it goes. See if we like it.
Yeah.
So where are we? Let them know where we're at.
We right now are on our Italy tour, basically, or Italy trip. So we were spending about 3 weeks here in Italy. We started off, we got off the cruise in Rome, went to Malta, and throughout we were going to travel to Venice, Bologna, Florence, Naples, and Bari, Italy. So have a lot of places to visit, have a lot of places to travel to, a lot of pasta and bread to eat.
A lot of pasta and bread. I actually never thought I could get. I can't even say I'm tired of it yet.
Not tired,
but I can see that day may be coming. So we wanted to jump on and do this live stream today because it's been about 3 weeks, I think, since we left, and we have been staying in 300 square foot, 200 square foot rooms, essentially nonstop for weeks now. And so we wanted to kind of talk about that experience and what it's like, especially as two people. I know other people will do the same thing, but they might be doing it solo. 300 square feet is a lot more when it's solo. And so we wanted to talk about that and kind of give y'all a, overview of how it is. And I see a Quintillas. Hello. Hi, we're doing good. Do we miss y'all?
We're doing good.
We're pushing through. We're surviving. It's just all about finding what our groove is going to be.
We're traveling very fast, so it's got to a point where we're just moving so fast. There's not a lot of time to slow it down yet.
And I prioritize naps. That's been helping. So yeah, a little background about us. We have been together for 5 years now. We met in 2020 in the middle of, year one of COVID, because I don't really know how long we're all saying that COVID lasted at this point. But we met in the middle of year one of COVID. So our entire relationship has essentially been in like close quarters. Either we were not able to like go out to restaurants and do activities that were because of social distancing. So we were just in the house and doing house activities, playing Zoom games with friends on the computer and things like that. So we are not unaccustomed to living in small spaces, but never just 300 square feet. That is at least very small to me. So that has been an adjustment.
I think the adjustment for me is the fact we went from in a house where we had quite a bit of space between us. Even before that too, we were in an apartment where we had 2 bathrooms and 2 bedrooms. And now we've condensed ourselves to just a hotel room until we go into maybe an Airbnb that may have more space.
And to show you guys what that looked like, I pulled up some photos. So the first one is like the floor plan of a 300 square foot, I believe it's 300 square foot hotel room. So this is essentially what a layout would look like. For the rooms that we've been staying in, the area over here with like the couch, that would be where a media type console would be set up. So maybe they'll have like a shelf, the TV will be over there. Sometimes they have drawers, but not frequently, but typically there's not a couch. If we get a couch, we love it. It's just not.
We haven't yet had a couch. We had a kind of a couch.
Yeah, we had like
Malta.
a little chaise in one hotel room, but we typically don't get a couch. Then up top where they have this kitchen, that would be where they would put like the closet. The bathroom would be where the bathroom is, and then bed with the nightstand. So this would be the layout of a 300 square foot. Now, a 200 square foot, we did have one of these in London, significantly. Honestly, this picture looks bigger than the one we had in London.
The one in London was crazy. That it was just so small, and what the pictures did not match what I was told. What we were told, this was actually a hotel that was brought up to us by a friend of ours, and did not expect that hotel to be that small, but we made it work. Having that hotel first, though, helped going forward to our next hotels.
Yeah, realistically, even now, we're like we're hard pressed to find a room smaller than that one. So starting with that room really set the baseline. I mean, you couldn't walk around the bed. It was like a crawl over the bed and roll. That's how much space. Like the bed was touching all 3 walls. So that's how much space we had. So that was a good way to like set our expectations to where they needed to be. And
at least the bed was comfortable.
the bed was comfortable. I haven't had any complaints about the different beds we slept
And we were
on.
only there for 3 nights, so it was easy to just stick with it.
And then some other rooms that we've stayed in, like our cruise cabin was, I looked it up, was 225 square feet. And I don't think that included the balcony. Some of the rooms we have balconies, which can add to the square footage. This room,
It's about 270 square feet.
so, I mean, to me, massive. We got loads of space now. And a big part of that is figuring out how we work in the space, the best way for us to kind of organize our stuff and be able to have access to things that we need to have access to without getting in each other's way, really.
Yeah, when you have 2 different types of hotel rooms, for where we're at a 200 square foot or almost a 300 square foot, you have to figure it out and plan a certain way. I think, for example, for me with the London one, which was very small, I had to basically put out my clothes earlier, or kind of plan on what my clothes I was going to do and just have it stacked up in a set area, so I wasn't pulling out my luggage and putting it back in. Mm-hmm. And it's so small. You just got to kind of organize yourself. When you're in a 300 square foot, I think I'll hang stuff up. I'm more laid back. It's not as, you don't have to think about it as much. You have a peace of mind with just when the space is so tight, it's very easy to be like, hey, like, we gotta get some elbow room in here. So
he's also the organized one out of the 2 of us. I can throw some things around if I don't pay attention, but he'll use the hangers and hang stuff up and use the drawers, whereas I typically will live out of my suitcase for the most part. So all of my things in there are in packing cubes. So I have one for my shirts, pants, my athletic lounge clothes, and then my underwear. So I have the 4 packing cubes. That way, as I pull things out, I can just grab the one I need. At our last place, there was a grocery store nearby, so I actually bought a 10-pack of like wire hangers. They were very light and very thin, and this is my first hotel using them in, and I think I like them. It's nice having to be able to hang stuff up and to not take away from the hangers that I know he likes to use, and it helps with wrinkles. Right now, I have a lot of clothes that wrinkle, and fighting wrinkles has been enemy number 1. So this is my first time trying the hanging stuff up, and so far, I think it's been a hit.
Yeah, hanging stuff up helps me see what outfits I have and how close I need to get to going to wash clothes.
And then as far as the luggage space, like I will typically take whatever the designated space that the hotel has for luggage. So whether they have a luggage rack, I'm typically the one that gets that. Here, it's like a just designated shelf. Sometimes there's a luggage space kind of in the bottom of the closet, but then he'll get the side of the room that has the bigger nightstand, or some rooms don't even have nightstands, they just have tables or something set up, but he'll get the side that has more table space next to the bed.
And I only get that now because I have the CPAP machine. I didn't used to get the bigger nightstand.
No, he did not. Otherwise, I would fight for it.
So,
but I understand why he needs to have it, so that makes sense for me. And then everything else, like our backpacks and our bags, day bags, we just kind of put where they need to be. Our first 2 rooms had coat hooks by the door, which I didn't realize was something I was going to enjoy that much, but now we don't have one. I'm like, where do I hang my purse up when I come into the room?
We're hanging our backpacks or our...
whatever they're called.
Yeah, whatever.
The crossbody.
Fanny you
bags.
Call yours a purse. It's a crossbody.
And then for laundry, I have been doing laundry with the scrubba. I would probably alternate, because that's another thing is, where's the dirty clothes bag going to really go if we run out of room? So I'll alternate between washing maybe 2 or 3 loads with the scrubba, and then if one of us will go and do laundry, then I'll put in some other stuff with that one. But I'll probably do a scrubba load like every 2 or 3 days.
You got a question about it?
Yes. That was what I was answering.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yes, I will do... Can I put these on the screen? I can. This is the question I was answering, is if I have been doing it with the Scrubba, which is like a green laundry bag that I have that I made another video about. But I was for a while using that as my dirty clothes bag. So then once it got filled, I would clean everything in there and then keep going. Mainly because I liked wearing the same things. I really enjoyed having the same clothes on every day. So I have been doing it, but then I also today went and did a whole load of laundry. So
yeah, I just been doing laundry at laundromat, just taking that adventure and doing it myself of going to laundromat. She did it today of doing my laundry, so that was amazing. But
it was a 10-minute walk in the heat. I don't know how many times it's gonna happen with me. But
I've been finding it's not too bad just to go to laundromat and go just wash our clothes. It's still quite a bit more expensive than I wanted it to be, though.
So now that we have the place organized, we then have to figure out how we're going to, I guess, divide the room into different usable spaces. Because when you have a house or an apartment or just any other type of living arrangement, typically you have a room that is dedicated for sleeping and relaxing, and then maybe a room that you do more of your work in, and then a place where you cook and eat and things like that. So now we have to have all of those spaces here, basically.
Yeah, it's very challenging, something we're still trying to figure out, because Rachel works remotely and does most of the content creation for us, and I just do all the planning of travel and stuff like that and where we eat basically. So she has her space. The best thing that we found with the space for her and us is use the lobbies in the hotel, use the lounges we have, use the space. She, get out the room and do it somewhere else other than doing within the room. And then trying to also figure out, what's the best time for us to work along this, because we are moving really fast right now. It still feels we're moving locations very fast. We're not to the point where we're slowing down yet. So still trying to fit those times in and what works best for her.
And then also figuring out what our, I guess, individual me time looks like, because before, even when there were times where we both worked at home, there were times where he went to the office, but there was typically those 8 hours where we were kind of separated, doing our own thing, whether in different parts of the house or he would be at the office. So now it's figuring out, okay, all of those things, or all of those times where I was by myself and I could essentially do whatever I wanted. Maybe I would be working in the office for a bit, then I would go work in the living room. We need to figure out how to do that typically together at the same time in the same room, unless one of us wants to leave. Because something we were talking about before is, in order for someone to have the room to themselves, the other person essentially has to be in public. Whereas if someone's in a bedroom versus a living room, you're not out in the world, you're just in a different room. So if, let's say I wanted the room to myself, his only option would be to either go to
somewhere else.
Yeah, the lobby, which is in public, the hotel lounge, which is in public, or just leave the hotel.
Or venture out alone.
So we're trying to balance each person being able to have that time, but also not forcing someone to just wander around the city for an hour and a half for no reason. And then the other part is, up until now, we have pretty much had our own bathrooms. In my apartment when we met, I had 2 bathrooms. So whenever he was there, he had his own bathroom. And then in our house, we have 2 sinks and 2 closets and more than 1 bathroom. And so this is our first time having to full-time share a bathroom. And an adjustment it is. The scheduling, the planning, how people did this organically, you have my awe, because it is something. And we've fallen into some interesting routines that didn't get planned. For example, in the mornings, I like to get fully ready for breakfast, which is funny because I didn't do this at home. But here, before we go down to the breakfast, I'll just get up, brush teeth, wash my face, get dressed, do the whole thing. So when I go down for breakfast, if we left for the day right then, I would be ready. Whereas
I would not be.
He said, I just want to do
Sometimes
enough to go to breakfast.
Well, in Europe, you still have to just be a little bit more presentable than you would in a U.S. breakfast spot. But yeah, I at least get up and just try to look presentable and go. But I'm not ready for the day after breakfast.
That means for me, it takes me about between waking up and leaving 30 minutes. For him, between waking up and leaving 5. And so coming up with the schedule of, okay, I will wake up earlier and get ready first, and then he'll get ready, or the alarm will go off and I'm not feeling it. I'm like, you gotta go. You gotta get ready first so I can sleep for 5 more minutes.
Also, I'll say, along with just the morning one, nighttime one is just the same, because we both like to shower at night now, because we going around. It's hot. It's hot out here. It's hot. So we just come back, just sweat all on us. So we have to shower. So, and she likes to take her shower first, and I like to take my shower right after. So it's like I gotta wait on her, then to go. And you're tired at that point. You're tired, and you still need to work on what we're gonna do the next day as well.
Yeah, the workday typically ends around midnight, 12:30, and so by the time I'm ready to take my shower, it's 1 a.m. He's like, we can't keep staying up this late. So that is how we have been dividing the time, and it's all just been a learning moment. With the fast travel, it's a lot of learning and a lot of moving very quickly. I am excited to stay in one place for a little bit longer. I'm sure that'll help. But yeah, the first thing we're going to talk about, which I guess I already mentioned earlier, was just learning how to use the one bathroom. That's probably been the biggest one. The biggest change outside of just smaller space was the one bathroom.
Yeah, and the next thing, it would probably be the way we work. We work very differently. I'm more of a, when I like to work, my work depends or is part of what we're doing together. So I need to know, hey, how's this look? How does this look? Would you like to do this? Would you want to do this? Do you think we should eat here? And figure that out. And sometimes she's busy, and I have to just make that decision. And I don't like that sometimes. Sometimes I like to have some feedback, but I have to figure out a time that works for her when she's doing her work, because her work is more independent than mine is.
I also do not switch my brain very quickly. Like if I'm focused on whatever I'm doing and then he's asking me a question about something else, in order for me to really give my all to whatever that question is, I'll have to stop, and then I like information. So I need the background. I need to ask some questions, get some more answers. So for me to be able to go from what I'm working on to switching, it would take some time. So those are times where I'm like, I just need you to executive decision it and pick something, and that's just, I'll love it, because if I'm choosing not to have input, then I have to be fine with the outcome, and typically I am. He's doing a great job. The other thing is, for the in the room time, planning out naps. If someone's napping, that's the whole room. And then if, like I say, he takes a nap during my work hours, it's, do I stay here and potentially wake him up with my phone calls? Because that's not fair. But also, work has to get done. And then if I'm napping and he wakes me up, I'll burn the room to the ground. And so, yeah, balancing different sleep schedules, and especially when you're walking around and tired, and it is very hot for the temperature. It is very hot. Have we seen a drop of rain? I don't think I've seen a drop of rain since we left.
Rain, which is great in a way, but it's crazy as well. It's like we have not seen.
I think.
Are you answering
yes,
the question?
I think some of the cities that people said like it rained before we got there or it rained after we left, but we just haven't seen any rain, which is fitting because they don't like to give you water in Europe. So
yeah, we haven't experienced rain. Which rain jacket? We have another rain jacket. I haven't had a chance to use it. So, but yeah, it's hot. It's not Texas hot, but
it's like 80s, yeah.
But it's hot. It just, because you're walking around, it's just hot. And the thing about Europe is there's not a lot of AC places, so that's what makes it.
It's a hot commodity.
That's how it really makes it really just hot. You can't really just get into an AC place. Back in Texas you can find AC everywhere, but here it's just hot, and we don't have a car, so we're just walking and using public transportation everywhere. So that's something I had to get used to, is the public transportation.
It's just daily sweating. I think we're tangenting, but that's how much walking and sweating we've been doing. Is it starts to take over.
And so I guess that that one of the things is what we learned about each other. Another thing would be just patience with each other. Travel days, especially those travel days, something else sometimes. Because I'm still learning and I need her help, and it's just we have two different ways of doing things. So patience in that. Patience when we're doing the work. Like, hey, if there's something that needs to be done, I have to figure out a time when to talk to her about it, or something she needs done, that as well. Or patience with the bathroom situation. There's just, understanding when the other person needs a break as well. There's times where I need my alone time and I need to break away, or she needs her alone time and she needs to be in the room or TikTok, or just understand that when there's times we just need to sit and just TikTok. And so I'm trying my best to where, like I said, I do the laundry, I'll go do that. Or today I went to the store to go get us some waters. So like just get a walk in and let her be alone.
Yeah, it's kind of creating those alone times while you're still in the same room. We just back to back, act like the other person's not there, and scroll on our phones and just have those decompressed moments, especially if you do spend an entire day out walking around and sightseeing and doing activities, and you come back. And in this hotel room specifically, for a couple of days, it's been not very cool. Like the AC hasn't been on, so we've been outside all day and hot, and then to come back into the room and it's also still warm, you're just like, I need a moment. I need a moment. I'm just lay down. I just need a second, and then I'll be back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, from the 3 weeks that we've been traveling, I would like to think we've come up with some good tips.
For now, yeah. Right now, we have for these 3 weeks, yeah.
So the first one is something that I probably never would have done, and I didn't realize that he had been doing it because he does it behind the scenes and is just really setting everything up. But that is to check the square foot of the room if that's something that's important to you before you book it. Apparently, all of the hotels have the square footage of the rooms listed with the room types. And so you can, whenever you're booking, it'll show you 300, 250, 225, whatever it is. And based off the pictures that we showed earlier, you have an idea of what those will look like. Maybe we can post some of the room videos on YouTube so you can also see the square footage for those. But if that's something that's important to you, just take a look. Don't ignore it.
And you will see at some point, I'm doing the videos of each room we do in Italy. But yeah, but keep in mind, when you think about that square footage, if you want something bigger, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah. It's not just, I want a bigger room and it'll be the same price. You will pay for it.
You're going to pay for it. And if you don't think it's worth it, yeah, get the smaller room. It just depends on how long you're staying there. We're staying here in this place for a longer time, so I had to get a bigger type of room. If it was a short amount of time, let's just get a smaller room, save on the budget. Mm-hmm. So it just depends. Now the London one, that was totally.
You look at the pictures on the website,
yeah, the pictures,
and then you show up and you're like, this is not the same.
But I would do it again. I would do that place again. If it were just for a small amount of time, I would do it again because that was actually a great spot to stay in. Mm-hmm. Now, another one would be, for travel tips, know each other's roles. Know your roles. Mm-hmm. I do the travel of where we're going most of the time and what we're doing. There's times when we get to a place, she'll see stuff that she wants to do, and I try to at least make time to where she can put those in there.
I do that. It's like when you get to an airport and they have those ads. We landed in Malta, and not that we ended up doing it, but they had a pamphlet for like a beer festival. And so I'll see stuff like that and I'll be like, do we have time? Is this close? I knew nothing about it, but I will see last minute things like that. And so he leaves spaces in the schedule for me to be whimsical.
Yeah, and like just the travel aspect of getting one spot A to spot B, yeah, figuring those things out. When we get there, she's better at public transportation, I'll give her that. So I'm still learning on that. But yeah, know each other's role, and then she handles...
she's like nothing. She handles nothing.
She works. So, and I handle the budget as much as I can. Still figure out a way to make sure that we have everything excelled and everything like that. So still trying to organize that, but yeah.
Yep, and lodging and making sure there's a roof over our heads whenever we get to these cities. There will be times people ask us like, "Oh, where are you going next?" I have no idea. Unless he wrote it down for me that day. I don't remember where we're going next. So he, absolutely takes care of all of that. So I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and future hotel plans and future, she says, we should do this. Okay, let's try to fit it in. And then also figure out our Schengen as well. Make sure we are keeping up with that.
And visas and stuff. So yeah, having those defined roles makes it so, one, things don't overlap and you're both not simultaneously trying to work on the same thing, but also things don't get forgotten and there's no one checking to see if you need a visa to go to whatever country and then you get there and then what? You're being detained? I don't know. It seems very stressful. So definitely have your roles and know what they are. Another tip is to pack for the trip you're taking, but also for like the speed you're going at. So in a couple videos ago, I mentioned that we went from carry-on and backpack to check bag and backpack. So our bags, we're able to maneuver with them and we've been fine walking around with them, but they also do take up more space. And as you're looking for things in the bag, you might, destroy the organization that you have. And if that's something that bothers you, then it could, mess with your mind. And so if you're not traveling very fast, then you would be fine with a bigger bag. But if you're traveling frequently and you are constantly moving, then you're not going to want to pack and repack a giant suitcase like I've been doing. So whenever we're doing our slower travel, the bigger bags would fit better. But if you're traveling fast, then you may want to consider just a backpack, or you may want to consider just a carry-on and a backpack. So it's just pack for the trip that you're taking.
Mm-hmm. And then another travel tip would be, alone time is not selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Alone time means, I'm still trying to work on that, but alone time means, you just need that time to decompress and do stuff that, be alone. There's nothing wrong, and there's nothing wrong with that. Even
if both people or everyone in a household works from home, you are not with somebody in close proximity 24 hours a day, every single day. Even though it feels like you are because you're in the same house, you are not. This is the space. This is where we are almost all of the time. And so figuring out how to do this and be this close all the time is definitely something where you have to actually recognize when you might be wanting alone time or needing alone time and then taking it for yourself. Because sometimes you just don't realize what it is. You're just like, there's something, I need something. I don't know what it is. And it's a break. You just want to sit down and, I don't know, scroll on TikTok.
I would say to tag along with that, but opposite of that is enjoy the little things. Enjoy the our word is right now whimsy. Enjoy the whimsy of things. We just got caught yesterday. Or a couple days ago where we got left. We got trapped on a bus.
I keep saying we got kidnapped. I'm pretty sure this bus driver kidnapped that. We pressed the button that said we're ready to get off at the next stop. And then he stops at the stop, opens the front door people can get on, but the back two doors that are the only exits never open. And we press the ding, bus just drives away. And so we're kind of standing there so what do we do? And then he drives by 3 more bus stops and doesn't stop. So we just get off at the next one that he stops at. So I do call that our kidnapping.
And then, we ended up at some part of where we're at, and we found a restaurant that we would not have thought we were going to, and then it was great. It was amazing.
And we went back the next day. It was delicious.
And we went back. So it was, you got to enjoy those little moments that you got to get to share with each other, and because that's something that it wouldn't happen back home. So yeah.
So we also had some questions. I put this on our Patreon and then on social media, and then of course if you have any questions now, you can put them in the comments. But I figured we could each pick some and throw them out there and answer them. I don't know if you already picked one. Let's see.
Can you?
Oh, hello, Philly and the Brain. Thank you for joining us today. Let's see. I'm going to pick a question.
Okay.
The one that I liked was what type of places, hotels, Airbnb, cruise rooms work best for the lifestyle. We have only stayed in hotels and in cruise cabins But personally, although I would like to try an Airbnb, I personally think that the hotels work best for us right now. We get clean towels and a made room every day, which when you're staying in a small place, someone coming in and making the bed and making it look brand new essentially is really nice. And as far as the room being small, for me in hotels, we still have that second place to go. You know, I can go to the lounge and work, I can go to the lobby and work. There may be a restaurant or a bar or a pool, a gym, other amenities that I can utilize even if the room is smaller. Whereas the Airbnb, it's probably a bigger room, or a bigger space, but then you don't get any of those amenities. You don't get any staff or restaurant, or maybe there's not a gym, things like that. So I'm going to go with hotels.
Yeah, and I understand all of that. Definitely the hotel aspect of it. And right here, and I've always loved hotels. I always like the hotels. But the ones we're staying in now, it's like, oh, maybe I'm more switched to Airbnb, because in like an Airbnb with a washer and dryer, I could give you all that. I can wash the towels. I can have the bed made for you, and then we can. I mean, I'm kind of missing a home cooked meal.
I would love to make a steak. I would.
And then just having that separate type of area as well. So, but still kind of scary because of the past Airbnbs we've had. So we'll still see when we get to that point what that works, and then hopefully budget wise that you'll be able to get with the Airbnb. We can go to a workspace, pay for a workspace to go there, pay for a gym, and all those contribute to. I mean, they're not all in the same spot like a hotel is, but
right.
Those work where those contribute to. You get what you get at a hotel, yes. But it just depends, and then find the right one, and so.
I also wanted to answer this one, and then you can add with anything that you wish you brought differently. But for my shoes, so I brought my Birkenstocks, my athletic shoes, and my, I guess the Dr. Scholl's time off sneakers. Those are the 3 shoes I have. Surprisingly, I haven't worn the athletic shoes. Maybe I've worn them like once. We have not. He actually has worked out. I have not been working out. I need to. I said I was going to get back into running. I need to. I was watching my friend do a triathlon on Instagram, so maybe that was the inspiration I needed.
Maybe just find a 5K. That'll get our motivation.
So I've only been wearing the 2 pairs. I've been wearing the Birkenstocks a lot. I love those shoes. I have a crazy tan line on my foot. My foot is striped now, and that's insane. But I love those shoes. The time off Dr. Scholl's, the white sneakers, are probably my second most worn pair, mainly because those are the heaviest out of those in the running shoes. So those are the ones I'll wear to the airport. And then if I ever need closed-toed shoes, those are the ones I wear. But maybe I should wear the other ones to give my foot a break. Mm-hmm. As far as, there's a handful of clothes in my suitcase that I will be getting rid of, either sending home or trying to figure something to do with them. But there are some clothes that I just haven't worn. Also, I like my linen pants, but they wrinkle so bad. And even when they're hung up, unless I iron them, they're pretty much unwearable. And these hotels have not been having irons lately.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything that you would definitively not bring.
Right now, I would bring up the jacket, the rain jacket right now. We haven't used it once.
I forgot I had a rain jacket.
That was one. We bought a Switch. We haven't not touched it one time. Anything else? No, I've used all my clothes. There are going to be something I want to send back. I would like to switch up what I've done, but yeah, it's kind of, I've used everything, but one of the biggest things I was gonna say was pants. I bought one pair of pants, only wore it once, and it's just so hot in Europe right now. Like, I just don't think there was a need to bring pants right away. I could have waited to somebody else could have brought me pants when they come see us at some point. So,
which for me is the opposite. I'm only wearing pants, but for me, like, walking around all day in shorts is just uncomfortable. So I'm almost exclusively wearing the pants, and then I'll wear the shorts for like lounge stuff. So Those are the things that I would leave or get rid of. And then I see that you're staying for a week at the IHG property. We also capitalized on the IHG Points deal at the beginning of the year. And I'm excited to use them. It's just in Europe specifically, the IHG deals are not what they are in Asia. And so until we hit the Asia leg, it's like I don't want to waste points.
We are staying in IHG a couple of places in Europe.
Yeah, we are using them, but we don't get the same
Yeah.
big deal like when you see on Ali and Rob's channel where they'll stay a month and get it for a really low rate. And yeah, if we were to stay a month at an IHG property in Europe, it's probably like 30,000, 40,000 points a night for 30 days.
We are doing it for Oktoberfest.
Yeah,
and
so
that was worth it because Oktoberfest, the hotels are crazy prices. So that was worth using IHG points for. And so I can say that one was worth it in Europe.
Yeah, our main use for them in Europe now is to be able to stay in some of these cities that have really expensive hotels or having expensive hotels because of the different events they have going on. Hopefully in January, they'll do the sale again. If they do it in December, we already maxed out all of the accounts. So we can't buy any more this year in December. But if the deal goes to January, I think we plan on buying more. And yeah, really, really using them. Do you remember where we stayed in Greece?
The first time in Greece, we stayed. It's a funny story about that one. We had a hotel booked. First time I went to Greece was we were going on a cruise. Mm-hmm. We had a hotel booked near the port. Literally a week before we went, I was like, I'd rather stay in the middle of Athens in the city so that we could travel around, see things and be on foot. So quickly found something. I took like an hour, 2 hours while I was working to
the way he planned this whole trip during his, you know what? I'm not gonna out you out like that.
Find this hotel. I found this hotel, and then great hotel, small room. That was another small room we had, small room, but it was in the middle of Athens, and it had the most amazing rooftop for breakfast. Couldn't tell you the name of it right off the top.
You can find the link, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah.
And it had a view of the Acropolis from their rooftop, like open-aired breakfast. It was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. And then the last time we went to Greece, we stayed a little further out. There's not the chains, chain hotels. There are Hyatts out there. There is a Hyatt. And I would like to try the Hyatt next time we go out there, but we didn't do it.
No, but I do like the hotel we stayed in last time. We did half Airbnb, half hotel, but that hotel had, some of the rooms had kitchenettes, which was helpful for us. I'm sure we can find the links for all of these.
Yeah, we can find the links for those too.
But we had in Greece, we didn't stay in any chains. Like I said, I'm sure they exist, but we didn't stay in any.
Yeah, but there is a Hyatt out there that is pretty good.
The next one was, I have to ask my certified travel planner.
You guys have any plans on still traveling through South Asia? Yes, we do. We do have plans, but that'll be in 2026.
Yeah.
That'll be the next phase, our third phase of our travel. We plan to go hit Thailand, Vietnam, Bali, and hopefully at the end maybe Malaysia or the Philippines. I haven't discussed it with her what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
and Japan. We're going to. I mean, I know that's not really Southeast Asia, but we're going to Japan. Is the kicking it off.
I think we thought about going to Asia, like way back early days of planning. We thought about going to Asia sooner, but honestly, I feel like everyone I see goes to Asia and then they never leave. So in my mind, if we started in Asia, like that was it. We were just staying there. So it's nice that we're able to get our Euro summer in energy and everything out now, because of my hypothesis is that once we start traveling Southeast Asia, we're going to be obsessed. And then even though we may have plans, we may go other places, but we're going to want to just keep going back.
Yeah, that is true. We did want a Euro summer, me specifically. And then there's places that we wanted to hit in Europe, especially the Oktoberfest and the Christmas market. So and just do a long stay in Europe and see how that was and see how we liked it.
We'll have to meet up with them there, wherever
we're at,
whenever he plans our things. I know. I'm trying to. By then, I'm sure some of the travel YouTube group I'm in will have some other Southeast Asia trips planned. It's just right now all the trips are doing there this year, and
technically it was planned Asia travels, but then there was a hiccup in between it. So now a lot of things are in motion of trying to figure out where and when we'll be at places.
Yeah. Another question I had written down was if you have any organization tips to keep everything from getting chaotic. And as the organized person, I know for me, mine would be packing cubes. I love using the packing cubes, and I love keeping my things in the bags. I feel like I'm less chaotic when everything is in the bag. Once I start taking things out and putting them around the room, I'm looking for them. I have lost them and I cannot find them anymore. So I like to keep my things in the bag.
Packing tips. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit OCD, so I'm just constantly just needing to have things in certain places. So I couldn't really give you tips without you being in my brain or head. I do like to have things in certain places. I just be functional with it. Put things where you know things need to be so that it'd be easier for you when you need them, instead of not spread out.
I like it. I mean, I don't know if I want to dive into your brain, but I will say our hotel room is almost always organized. I will wake up from a nap and everything will be in a spot. Everything will have its place. I wish I could say that was due to me, but for some reason, in my mind, when I go to sleep, when I wake up, it's organized. So if I just look around like, I think the room needs to be clean, I'll just go to sleep. And then it's all fine when I get up. Oh, this is a good one, because I actually don't know, and I would love to know.
What do y'all use to organize your travel? Probably 60% my brain.
Imagine how that is for me.
I just keep it in there. We do have right now I'm between a lot of tools. I use Google. I use Google Docs. I'm trying to do Notion, and then we use TripIt. That is a good thing that we use. What she's got me to use is TripIt, because if she has a question of what we're doing or how we're going through, I'm like, look at the TripIt. Like, yes. Don't ask me. Look at the TripIt, and so that is usually organized. And our calendar, our Google Calendar, is based. It should be up to date. A lot of things is set right now, but right now until August. August is very, very. We don't know what's going on a lot. We do know at one point we're going to be in Italy again to see friends. So, but not gonna lie to you, a lot of the tool of what we're doing and how we're planning where we're going is just up here trying to figure out, calculating where we're going next.
I also like the TripIt because you can just forward emails to it. Once you register your email address, like if you book something under my name or goes to my email, I can just email it to TripIt and it'll populate all the information on both of our sides so that it's less having to enter in every single thing and, possibly forgetting or not having the time. I just forward it and TripIt handles it.
And I do want to try and do where I see other YouTubers do it, is get there and figure out, or not have a place to figure out where we're going yet, and then hey, we leave from this place, we don't know where we're going next, so let's go there. What do you think we should go? Oh, let's go here. Oh, all right, let's figure out how to get there. Let's go there and do that sort of way. We're right now in that phase where we don't really want to take any more planes. So that's me. My bag's too heavy, and I just don't feel like weighing that bag and getting under 20 kilograms. So trying to figure out the travel from without planes and where we want to go next, that's a challenge, and I just like to take on that challenge. So that's one thing.
He recently booked us a 9-hour ferry, so I can't wait to see what that's like overnight. Like 11 p.m. to what, 7 a.m.?
Yeah, 11 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Overnight ferry, so.
In a cabin.
Yeah, we'll have a room. We'll have a bed. Or bunk beds. I actually don't know what we'll have.
Oh, I didn't even check. I think it might be a bunk bed.
I think it's bunk beds, and I get the top bunk.
Yeah, because I don't do the top bunk.
So, yeah, everything is just an adventure, really.
Yeah.
But I think that's all the questions I had.
I just wanted to say hello.
Yeah, our family is
to
here.
My mom, my sister, and my cousin.
He said there's so many. So yeah, that is all we have for the questions for today. I wanted to give, they're over here. I wanted to give a shout out to all of the patrons. Thank you for your support. And I hope you're enjoying some of these vlogs. I'm still working on some more vlogs from in Malta before we even got to Italy, but I have a handful of them coming that I'm pretty excited for. If you want to be a part of the Patreon, you know what to do. The link is right there. You might just click on it and take a look. The lowest tier is $1 if you just wanted to come and hang out with us for a bit. So that is all I've got. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, first send it to your friends because they'll like it too. And hit the thumbs up and subscribe and ring the bell icon, because it's one thing to be subscribed. It's another thing to have us pop up in your notifications. Who wouldn't want that?
And follow my TikTok or my Instagram. And we got some more things cooking.
What's your TikTok? What's your Instagram?
I'm coming up with ideas. She'll put it somewhere.
This is live. Where am I gonna put it?
CYT Travels is my TikTok and
I'll put it in the description. There we go.
So yeah, we got a lot more things cooking, and yeah, do more videoing, vlogging, which I'm excited for. Some
more live streams. I hope you like this one. I hope he wants to do it with
I don't know
me
about
again.
be on the next one.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.